Hi team, Ms. Vaughn here to talk to you about what you're going to be doing today with the sub. You're going to be doing preparation for your paper 2 that's going to be happening in class next Thursday, Friday. So you guys already have practice looking at paper 2 questions with Beloved. You're going to be thinking about the paper 2 that IB is going to ask you to write that asks you to take into consideration a second text. For your second text, you should be choosing 2 or more Sapamla poems or The Thief and the Dogs. And you cannot use the text that you use for your HLSA. So if you wrote about The Thief and the Dogs for your HLSA, you can no longer use that text anymore. Okay, so once you've had that decided on, you're going to be thinking about your thesis statements. Your thesis statements before are, we know that they're always going to be responses to the questions. Your thesis statements for this brainstorming is going to be taking into consideration how you would answer this prompt for each of these texts, like how Beloved looks at it, and then also how your secondary text looks at it, probably the Sapama poems. So let's do an example together. Let's talk about the idea of home. You could say both Beloved and the work of Sidney Sipo Sapamla depict home as an unsafe place. We know that home, like if we want to focus on 1, 2, 4, and then also Sweet Home, we know that home is considered unsafe because of the racism and the institution of slavery in Sweet Home. And then we also know that 1, 2, 4 is an unsafe place because Setha thinks that she can use violence to protect people. Remember, she kills Beloved as a form of protection. So both places are seen as an unplaced safe or depict home as an unsafe place. Sorry. And then for the works of Sidney Sipo Sapamla, I would talk about how he thinks about South Africa as home and how he also thinks that South Africa is an unsafe place, and that is because of apartheid. And you can find 2 examples or 2 poems that talk about how South Africa is an unsafe place because of apartheid. Okay. So from there, you guys are going to be making your note cards. I gave you 6 of those note cards in class on Monday. You're going to be making your power quotes. So on the next couple of slides of this slideshow, I have instructions for what you should be including on those power quotes. I also have a fully developed paper 2 slideshow on Canvas for you to look at. And it has all of these old banks of quotes that people have used. And you can open up those documents to look at those old banks of quotes, and that should operate in 2 different functions. One, so that you don't have to go searching for a bunch of different quotes. And then 2, so you can see historically what the different paper 2 prompts have been. Because you will not have seen the paper 2 prompts before you go into the paper 2 exam. But there's always something that has to do with setting, something like home. There's always something that has to do with gender. There's always something that has to do with reader response. And there's always something that has to do with power, which is like what the freedom one is all about. Okay. Email me if you have any questions. Your 6 power quote note cards, so 3 quotes from each book. Those 6 note cards are going to be due on Wednesday. On Monday, Tuesday of next week, we're going to be looking at a bunch of paper 1 prompts together. Thursday, Friday of next week, you guys have your final paper 2 exam for this class. And then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, we're going to be studying for your IB exams. And then Thursday, Friday are your IB exams. I hope you have a good weekend. I hope to see you all, or some of you, most of you, at prom on Saturday. I want to take a picture with you all. Get your work done. Be nice to yourselves. Be nice to each other. And I'll see you on Monday, Tuesday. Bye-bye.